Are you having trouble committing to your training schedule? If so, you've come to the right video. What's up, guys? My name is Rob Epifania. I'm a USPSA Grandmaster, and I'm the owner of Systematic Performance Concepts. In this video, we're going to talk about how to remove excuses to get you started training sooner and more often. So, number one thing that I see with most people is they overcommit to their training schedule. They go, I'm going to train an hour a day, every day, 7 days a week for 6 months. Sounds great. I love the ambition. However, something that I see in that case is you make this big promise to yourself, and then you start slowly breaking it, right? So maybe the first week you get 7 days in, you get an hour in every day, but 2 weeks in, 3 weeks in, okay, oh no, it's okay. I don't have to train today. Oh, it's all right. I don't have to train today. And then you go 1, 2 days that week missing, right? It becomes 5, and then it becomes 4, and then you're tired, and then you're sore, and then it becomes nothing. It's like the common thing that you see when it comes to gyms. When's the best time of the year for every gym establishment in the country? New Year's. Everybody wants to New Year's resolution. Yes, I'm going to lose weight. I'm going to do this. But they overcommit to what they can actually do. So what I would encourage you guys to do first is to start thinking about what you can do, what you think is available within your time, and making it easy to start. And typically that means undercommitting a little bit. So let's say you want to get to the point where you're doing 5 days a week, 45 minutes a day of dry fire or of training. Instead of doing that, maybe go 3 or 4 days a week at 30 minutes and be able to fit that in comfortably. Start keeping that promise to yourself. And the way that works over time is, let's say you do 30 minutes 3 times a week and you're like, I feel pretty good right now. I want to do an extra 10. That's a reward for you for keeping your promise and going extra. So that gives you a double reward because you get that bonus time, you get the additional training, and you're working towards your long-term goal of 5 days a week, 45 minutes. I did this with my cold plunge. So when I started doing my cold plunge, I bought a cheap vinyl tub with the chiller, and I just started with hose water. And it was like, I was not going to be able to do this 40-degree water like I do now. Like I was scared of it, quite honestly. And by just using hose water, getting it started, right, every day, didn't matter what the temperature of the water was. Sometimes it got heated up. I have a chiller set up, but the chiller didn't cool very well with a non-insulated tub. I would go in, I'd sit in there, even if it was 65, 70 degrees, the habit was continuing. And once I felt that I had the habit truly established, at that point, I started buying the better tub. I bought an insulated tub. Right now, my chiller sits at 40, 45 degrees all the time. And now it's easy. I got myself started. I removed the excuses. I got started at the simplest part of where I could accept. Yes, it's a slight push, or in this case, I didn't like it, and I still was able to commit to it just a little bit. So undercommit a little bit, make it easy for yourself to start in the sense of, I can agree to this. I can agree to 10 minutes of dry fire a day. And by agreeing to that 10 minutes of dry fire a day, you're not overcommitting yourself and starting to break your promises off the bat. Okay. So removing excuses also means making things easy to set up for you. So for instance, in my space, I typically have all my targets set up and I just leave them up. By leaving them up, I have my belt that gets hooked onto I have my little ratchet set up. I have my little ratchet set up here, and I can take this and just wrap it around this little pole that I have set up here. So this thing just hangs like that, ready to go. My guns are ready to go in the safe inside there. And for me, it's as simple as walk in, put the belt on, take the gun out of the safe, and get started. Okay, target's already set up so I can start doing things right away. So by removing those excuses, you start to help yourself. For people who can't leave targets up, Let's say you have a house and, you know, your wife, like my wife, likes her house very nice and neat, and that's very, very peaceful and helpful for our home life. But it's not quite the best for training. So by being able to keep my stuff in the garage, that's helpful. But let's say you can't do that. If you can't do that, there are tools that are very useful for dry fire that you guys might want to look into. The first is an inexpensive option. It's available on YouTube. It's called Dry Fire King. You can put it on any smart TV, and depending on the size of your TV, depends on how far you stand away, and you have various different stages that you can practice. So having that, signing up for the Patreon, I think the Patreon's $3 or $4 a month for Dry Fire King. It allows you to get started right away, and it gives you a variety of different options when it comes to your training. The other tool is a little bit more of an investment, but I find it to be highly, highly effective, and that would be the Ace XR virtual reality training system. That requires a Meta Quest 2 or 3 VR headset. If you don't have one, that is an investment. But the kit is, I think it's, if I remember correctly, it's about $300 or $350 for all the things, the year subscription and the handset, so that you can start playing. And that has a variety of different types of stages. I find that super, super useful. And honestly, at this point in my training, this has replaced all of my dry fire as of late because of its effectiveness. We'll talk about those in a separate video, but those are some quick things that you can use without having to have targets scattered all over the house all the time. So undercommit a little bit, make it easy to start, have your stuff in a place where it's easy to access, easy to put on, right? Potential tools if you cannot keep targets set up all around. And let's get you guys started. So what I'd like you to do in this video, or for your homework, I would like you to do a training schedule for yourself. Think about what you can do. What can I do? Let's say I think I could do 5 days a week. Cut it down by about 10%. And let's see what happens then. Get the habit going, right? Undercommit. Okay, oh, hey, I want to train an extra day. Bonus. I want to train an extra 10 minutes. Bonus. Reward in your mind that makes you feel good about doing it, right? And before you know it, 6 months will go by and you'll be training 5-6 days a week, making yourself better. Guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. If so, please share it with other people, and I'll talk to you soon.